Absolutely. We've seen strong performances, but also dire weaknesses from both teams on Clubhouse. But for only one can it be, the Dub House. Chiefs' map pick and an opportunity for them to qualify for the 6th major in Charlotte, their 2nd ever major, the 1st for Bouncin and Boydie. Damwon Kia, after everything they have achieved in the last year, there is no way they will let this opportunity slip through their fingers.
Oh, wow. Thatcher and Maverick actually going off the board. The Chiefs actually to get in that 2nd ban of the Maverick. So opening these walls is going to be a challenge. The Kai to follow, which makes things a little bit easier for the attacking half, but nevertheless, they will have to find other avenues to try and open up some of those breaches. And in particular, yeah, either breach is very difficult to open if contested by the defense.
That's it. It's going to take a lot of hard work from the attacking side to clear any wall denial. Not every day we get to see a Thatcher Mav ban on club. The Kaid yet makes it a bit easier, but it's, look, it's... I don't envy the Chiefs, but the Chiefs did it to themselves. They're the ones to ban out the Maverick. I'm really keen to see what they're intending to do about it. Is it going to be nades to try and clear mute jammers, clear bandit batteries? How much will Damwon lead into it? It looks like going downstairs is the first step, and they don't seem to be bringing any wall denial whatsoever.
Yeah. And Damwon Kia actually in that pick phase kind of switching between a lot of the operators there as well. Didn't seem like they had a very clear idea of what they were going for. Eventually they went, so I think we can see the small bug of the defender repick. That's not real, by the way, for those watching. This is just a visual bug, but still Damwon Kia originally trying to go for a more anchor-centric kind of hold. We had the Wumai on the board. Now that's become the Vigil instead. So Damwon Kia looking for a bit of a roam here on Clubhouse.
And it's not like your typical SSG roam with the castle and the mute mozzie. It's not a full info denial roam. This is what I call a loose roam. You know, you got your Valkyrie. Ideally, there are some cameras off-site that any players, any anchors can sit on and call out for these roamers. You've got rotation holes off-site, as we can see here from Woogieman, reinforcements off-site from Yas. Puts that pressure onto Chiefs to make sure this roam clear is good. Oh, I like that. However, that Valkyrie camera, I don't know, could well be spotted.
Damwon Kia now. Oh no.
I think we crashed.
Uh-oh.
Oh no, it crashed.
Something bad has happened.
I was thinking, why do we have no sound?
I pretend I do not see.
Yeah.
I pretend I do not see. Nothing has happened.
Oh no.
Oh no, now we're back at looking at Damwon Kia's beautiful faces instead.
So the thing is, I'm pretty sure, as you can see in the top left, can we get full screen of Yas production? I would love full screen of Yas right now, because we can see in the background, Damwon, Kia, and Chiefs are still playing out this match. I think it's just that we departed from the server.
It seems like it.
I'm pretty sure that this game is still going on. You reckon we can cast off Yas's...
I reckon we can.
Whose screen is that? Is that Woogieman's screen? In the...
That would be... Oh, is that Woogieman behind him?
I can't... No, that's not
Woogieman has got a...
Yeah,
that's right, because Woogieman's got a little ponytail on his head.
So Katsung playing the Valkyrie here, roaming up in Master. He's going to go to top main stairs. Oh, and he gets taken down!
He must be taken down by Digital because that was the Hibana as well. So taken down by Digital on the cutoff.
Beautiful stuff, Mandy. We are really running with this.
We are absolutely going with it.
Attempted trade, but that attempted trade ends up a double-man deficit now for Damwon Kia. Chiefs in a 5 versus 3. 2 of those roamers have already had early exits from the round.
It is a bit tough to figure out what is happening from just these cameras, but it seems like because... Oh, production! Oh, we love you here in production. So it seems like the Chiefs not taking blue control yet and just starting to make their way into Garage.
Oh, there you
that
go.
would be bouncing there on the Zofia as well. Starting to put down that Claymore on top of the ladder hatch. I can't believe I could tell that either. But they must be starting to shape up for this blue push. 5-man up with plenty of hard breach as well. Gives them lots of options. They can go for the hatches. They can go down blue.
Oh, is that a flank up storage?
Uh-oh, I think that is... No.
That was a defender flanking up storage, I'm telling you right now. They went back down again, though. Oh, there's the attacker. I think that's bouncing on the Zof.
That would be.
There you go. U2 comes out, clears... I don't know, there was probably some barbed wire. Yeah, there you go. Look, we're so in sync, Mandy.
Oh, gosh.
This is something that we don't often get to see, right? Like Katsung here, he was a roamer, he died early, and now he gets to cams. And there's
that was a flank!
Oh!
The flank doesn't go the way of the defenders, though, on the blue stairs, and Bouncing does get the better of him. I have no idea what's going on in this round anymore.
This is Moto, and this is Garage, and this is Moto.
This is still Moto.
Cam. I think that Moto hatch is still closed.
I believe so, but Moto isn't necessarily a mission critical hatch for the execute, so we'll have to see what execute the Chiefs go for. It seems like they still have plenty of their players up as well. Only 2 on this side, on the Damwon Kia side is down, so running out of time now for the Chiefs. They'll start to have to look for some execute, and it'll probably be down the kitchen hatch.
Damwon have done a great job of salvaging this round, and while I can't see the timer, I bet you there's like 20 seconds left at the minute.
Oh, there we go!
Kia's won the round on defense. I can't believe they managed that from a 5v3.
I can't believe that we casted that from just Katsang's POV.
Yeah, that is amazing. Do not disconnect.
Okay, there we go. So we are back in the lobby again.
ASL Australia, it's a bit hypocritical, don't you think, that you would say that?
That's a bit mean.
Sorry.
Anyway, now Damwon Kia going 1-up on their defense half, eventually finding out the basement floor on time. I can only imagine that the Chiefs, they weren't able to get open that kitchen hatch. I think that's what we saw at the end there, right? Because Moto hatch wasn't open. The down blue push probably didn't work based on the amount of time that they had, right? So the only thing they had to do was get the diffuser down the kitchen hatch, and that couldn't be done with the hard breach that they had.
Great job to you for analysing that based on the information you had, but better job to production. This is an applause. I don't know if you can hear it to the mic. Applause to production. Quick on your feet there, guys. Good on ya.
That was incredible. That enhance that we got of Katsang's screen was the best thing I've ever seen.
Yeah, that was nice. And I mean, jokes aside, like, I do think it's really cool. Like, when you just follow one player's POV, like we were following Katsang the whole round. He was a roamer, he died early. We got to see what it actually is like from a player's POV. Like, you're one of those roamers, you're out of the game early, you're flicking cams, you're making callouts. And we actually got to experience that from his perspective.
That was such an exciting round, even though we only got to see one POV. I can't get over how exciting that was for us at the desk. Anyway, now Damwon here, they will rotate open onto up to CCTV and cache. And like we said, they're actually bringing the bandit out for this trick, seeming that the Maverick's gone, Thatcher's gone as well. So getting those bandits on the wall, trying to deny some of those breaches from happening will be a little bit easier. We can see now Bouncin, he's actually got the double claymore here, so one going on either window and door for his run out on the breach, but we'll have to see what the Chiefs do to try and clear that anti-hard breach on the wall.
It's a lot easier said than done. Those bandit batteries are susceptible to a grenade or a impact from Zafir
I think
from
that's
below.
what they're going for.
Is there a player downstairs yet? I don't think there is a player downstairs. And Rin's roaming to try and prevent the attackers from getting this controller lounge. There's the pick. It is, in fact, one of those sets of nades. Ethan goes down. Was that outside?
Wow.
Wow.
So the Chiefs seemingly spreading across all of their attackers across the map, trying to see what they can find. Bouncin actually does eventually collect Rin from below, like you said, and so he can use some of those impact charges to try and get a breach onto the CCTV. So as well as that, the second pair of grenades has also just been rotated onto the CCTV window as well. Boydie can chuckle one in and try and clear some of those bandit batteries off the wall, although it is faced by an Aruni, so he will have to be careful. And yet, the Chiefs, there are ways in. There are ways into the map here. Worthy also just making a breach onto Garage. Oh, and there we go. Bouncing from below.
Good utility usage from the Zofia. Bouncin has well and truly earned his stripes this round. Katsang's really feeling the pressure now. He's got the breach open, which of course exposes some of his positions. A player outside that double CCTV wall. He's also got a breach open underneath him, and now he's getting droned. He's getting his ADSs burned. He's getting peeked from the window. He's about to get flashed. Katsang is in a world of hurt. What a great execute from the Chiefs, and they find themselves in a 4-on-3.
Perfectly playing that Rafters mini game there from the Chiefs. That must have been done in a dry run. I can't imagine how many hours of dry runs they will have done to get that utility timing just down perfect. Digital even has a second thermite charge to open up this reinforced wall, and that will mean he has a direct entry point straight into that default plant. That doesn't get impact tricked by Yas, so there will still be that hole into the site, but Digital, he gets taken down anyway.
Now a big chance for Damwon Kia. They have made this round their own, and Yas with a 4K to close it up. What a performance he has just shown.
Wow, Yas, I can't believe it. That was incredible from him in the late round. The Chiefs, they had the formula to win that round. It felt like they were doing everything perfectly, finding ways around that anti-hard breach to eventually get the wall open. Even this garage control, just perfect chef kiss on this particular Rafters clear. But yes, he's just too sharp.
His bullets tend to magnetize to those heads. Very sharp aim on Yas, and that is why he is one of the best players in the entirety of the APAC region, north or south. He is just one of the best that there is. Not quite the #1 rated player in APAC North. Good Boy technically steals that, but Good Boy had to play a lot less rounds than he did. Woogieman and Yas have been interstellar during stage 1 of 2022. And they'll be called upon in this game to reverse sweep the Chiefs after losing their own map pick, but they've had a really good start here on Clubhouse.
Damwon Kia now going over to Jim and Bedroom to try and complete the Round the World tour with an extension over into Cash. 2 ADSs to protect the shield on top of Red with a Frost Mat even for the push. And so this looks like a fairly extensive setup here from Damwon Kia.
Once again, name of the game is going to be Hard Breach Denial. And I'm curious to see that there's no mute on the board. Bandit is going to be the sole Hard Breach Denial, and in fact, none of that Hard Breach Denial is going on these Jacuzzi walls. 2 on the CCTV walls, 2 in the pocket. Perhaps Code is going to try and Bandit juggle, but with no castle, I can't imagine that's going to be possible.
Chiefs now starting to get garage control here. Bouncin will be the first to get his boots in the building. Claymore will go down for this flank, of course, with 2 in his pocket this time. Starting to make his way up the rafters as Chiefs look to try and get this breach open so that they can cut off that CCTV window, making sure that they have space to play on that south balcony. So there we go. Easy does it. Bandits are off the wall and Digital can get this breach open.
Kutsung does fall back. Bouncer unsure of his move forward. Oh, nice job from Worthy to open up a line of sight. Bouncer can safely crouch behind that and then peek up over it to cut off this deep angle, prevent any of these Cash players from rotating into Con.
Bounson also creating a point of entry for himself to get into CC if he wants to try and cut off these defenders a bit more closely in Cash. Now, 2 defenders stuck inside this room. The grenades are starting to fly out. The flashbangs come in from Digital as well. So Chiefs beginning to make their entry here into Cash.
Feeling that pressure now is Damwon Kia as Woogieman uses his first gas babe. The Chiefs use their first adrenal surge. Ethan follows it up with a grenade to take down Kutsung. Downstairs, he lies, but the vertical nades to the floor are a real possibility. Rin feeling that pressure now. Caught between a rock and a hard place with players on every side. Yas goes for a flank down below and trades out that initial pick. Rin, how much time here? Can he delay?
Rin now stuck in a 3-man pinch. Now Boydie bouncing and even grenades from below to try and take him out, but he still survives here in the corner of Cash.
God.
Now even the wall's being open. He doesn't manage the trick, and he will find the pick onto Digital as well, and find the second onto Bouncing. Unbelievable play coming through from Rin.
What are you showing? He stood up when he was needed. And now the Chiefs rely on Worthy for a 1v4. It just ain't happening. It just doesn't happen. Rin finally put to an end, but 20 seconds left. Rin outperformed expectations in that position in Cash, and as a result, the Chiefs on their map pick are going to be down 0-3. Damwon Kia have been so resilient and so persistent, and they lock it in 3 rounds on the trot.
Damwon Kia able to complete the world tour now. 3 points on the board for them means that they can return back to their preferred site, which was indeed the basement for them. So Yas actually really getting in on the action here meant a lot for Rin. Rin, he was about to be in the most precarious position there in a 3-man pinch. That wall was getting open for him, and if Yas didn't get in on the action to try and help out his teammate, Rin, he wouldn't have been able to have the impact on the round that he had. So really well played from Damwon Kia to support each other in that push.
Oh, they just stepped up, and I mean, if you're Chiefs, right, you're like, okay, we don't want to take gunfights. We're going to try and win these engagements by playing smart. And yeah, that nade was great. And then the 3-way crossfire is great too. But then if Rin can pull off something amazing like that, it's just on Chiefs to sometimes just need to take those fights, gun up. And also credit to Delmore, like you said, they all did it at the same time. We had players peeking from construction at the exact moment, and that proved devastating for the Chiefs. Damwon, this roster has been together ever since they were picked up by the Damwon Kia organization at the start of 2021. No roster changes for over a year. And they went from being a team that had only just qualified through promo relegations into APAC North to being the best team that APAC has ever seen.
A powerhouse of APAC, if you will, were Damwon Kia, especially at these international events, outperforming everyone's expectations and now really the face of APAC. But the Chiefs, they're starting to put work to them. Damwon Kia, we do have to put a little asterisk on this 0-3, and that is that they are on the defensive half of Clubhouse. And of course, Clubhouse, with particularly Thatcher and Maverick banned out, is much more defender-sided.
So the Chiefs know that they can get some attacks in here, and they know that they can lock it out when they eventually switch back onto their defense. The Chiefs have taken a tactical pause. We're now also re-hosting the game, which gives both teams an extra opportunity to just talk about this coming round. Keep in mind, for Damwon Kia, Cache CCTV and Gym Bedroom bomb sites will both be locked in this round, meaning that by all rights, Damwon Kia will probably go to Church and Arsenal, where this all started, and try once again to defend that bomb site. Chiefs, in that round, they had a 5 versus 3 advantage that then slipped through their fingers.
The Chiefs not really capitalizing there on that man advantage. They could have used that to try and play out some trades, perhaps. Like you said, maybe you just need a swing. Maybe playing it too smart can get into your head.
Sometimes just
runs out of time.
Yeah, sometimes just overthinking things.
Sometimes, if you're the IGL or Chiefs, you just need to say bounce it, go kill.
Bounce and go kill.
And then hopefully something happens.
Hopefully. These players are all capable. And I think it was ED in our first play day. He had a couple of things to say in the interview that we had with him. He was talking about the regions in general, talking about how Korea's gotten strong, about how Australian teams tend to play a bit more slow and methodical than their Asian counterparts, but also that the Chiefs have individually some real gunners. We're talking Worthy, Bouncin, Boydie. I mean, Ethan, in his heyday, was the most feared player in all of OS and perhaps even APAC. Digital as well. He had a great first map yesterday against Sandbox on Cafe. All of these players are capable of being stars.
Yeah, and I think the thing about the Australian teams is that all the APAC teams have a lot of respect for these guys, even though ED did make this comment that they were very slow. This is true. This is the way of the Australian. But they are all in their own rights very good players. And yeah, I don't think that Damwon Kia are writing them off by any chance, for sure. They're really going to take it to them in this match here in Clubhouse. Now, is this a technical timeout, production? Can we this is a technical timeout now? So yeah, it was lots of time for the Chiefs to try and recompose here and figure out what they want to do next.
I mean, what do they need to talk about in this tac pause? We've talked about the bounce and go kill strategy. Are there any other strategies they could try and bring in?
Well, I think the biggest struggle here is the micro battle, right? Because beforehand, you would have Maverick on the board or Thatcher on the board. And so getting things like breaches open, that expedites the process quite a lot. But now you have to find other avenues to try and get these walls open, try and get the hard breach off the wall. And that takes a lot of time. And time is not something that Australian teams are very good at doing. I guess particularly on Clubhouse, there's a big lack of it. There's a big map. There's a big checklist as well to make any attack work for the Chiefs. So they have a lot to get through, and maybe just not getting through it quick enough. Bouncing, getting into Garage there in that last round, I think was a really good first step. Clearing those bandit charges, that was swift. That was good. But then the next step after that, making your next clear, it's about management, time management. That's about it, really.
Time management. About making the right call at the right time and landing that shot. And the longer the Chiefs wait, the more opportunity Damwon are given to make a play, to try and bring back that advantage, to read into the way that Chiefs are attacking these bomb sites. Now, thankfully for the Chiefs, they have another shot at going downstairs and attacking Church and Arsenal, where they cleaned up the roam previously. And we're seeing a very similar lineup on the defensive side to what we saw in the past as well. Oh no.
Oh dear, I think we're going for another rehost here from the Chiefs. I'm actually going to quickly challenge you on that point here, Deb. I think this is quite different from Damwon here.
Here we go.
This time, we've got Wamai on the board. We've got Smoke and we've got Maestro.
Did we not have Smoke last time?
Maybe we did have Smoke. I thought we had Mute last time. We did have Smoke because he smoked out the motor hatch. We saw from Catsang's POV.
Yeah.
But last time we saw them do this, they had the Vigil and the Valkyrie, and they went for the extended roam. Well, not extended, loose roam is what you like to call it.
What's the idea then of bringing the Maestro and the Wamai as well? What do you think's the intention?
Well, I think that Church and Arsenal is a pretty tricky site to attack, right? There are only so many entry points because it is a basement site. You don't have like external breaches from the outside of the building or something like that, right? So you have to get in, you have to get hatches open and formulate a plan. With the Wamai, you also have impact, so you have the opportunity to impact trick the hatch. Wamai discs also hold on to blue, which in my opinion is like the linchpin of any attack going into the basement. If you have blue control, that opens up so many options for you, because if you have blue, you can go for a kitchen hatch drop, because with the blue control, you can flush out that power position behind the big box, right? Same thing going into Church. If you have blue control, you can pinch out the defenders on the site. So I feel like that is the most important anchor position, in my opinion. If any of you want to know how to defend an important position on Clubhouse, that's one you should play in ranked.
Yeah, good luck trying to play behind that big blue generator without Wamai and Jaeger. And so absolutely, that's going to be a linchpin of the defense for Damwon here. They'll be looking to string 4 rounds in a row. What is the pass mark here for Damwon on their defense? Like high pressure, high expectation of them, thanks to the Thatcher Mav ban making attack a little bit harder. So how many rounds is it enough on their defense?
Well, I think you have to consider that when Damwon Kia switch over to their attacking half, they will face the same adversities that the Chiefs are currently facing, right? And that is the lack of time, because everything is closed on the map, and that is trying to find another in. The thing about Damwon Kia, though, as a difference to the Chiefs, is that Damwon Kia are a little better at capitalizing on the mid-round, as many of these Asian teams are compared to the Australian teams, so I'm sure that they'll come up with something creative and innovative to be able to do. So on this defense half, I'm actually not too worried about them. I might be caster cursing them entirely here, but I would say a 4 or 5 rounds is completely fine for them. On the flip side of the Chiefs, you do not want to go down 0-6 on your attacking half, right? That would be horrific.
So 0-6, that's a given, right? But what for Chiefs, is 1 round enough? Is 2 rounds enough? Is 3 rounds? Like if Chiefs found the next 3 in a row, would that be doom and gloom for Damwon? Surely that would be a momentum switch. That would be Chiefs going onto their defense at an even scoreline. I feel like if Chiefs could mount this comeback for 3 rounds in a row, that would be more than a pass mark. It would be an excellent result.
I agree. I think 3 for 3 with Thatcher and Maverick gone is way over expectation. I actually would say that's even unrealistic on some of these sites. Some of these sites are very difficult to get into when you can't get any walls or hatches open, right? So I think for the Chiefs, just 1 round, 2, I think is fine. I'd be very happy with that for them. I don't think that they're losing their minds at the moment.
In fact, it just looks like both teams are chilling out, waiting to get back into the game. Damwon need to keep this fire burning inside them, feed off the energy of the other players in that land environment, well, not land environment, in that in-person boot camp environment at their team facility in Korea. Rin looks very zen, like he looks very chill.
Very zen.
It's like, what is he actually playing with? Is it?
He's got great hair as well.
Oh, well, that's a given, right?
Yeah.
Did you see the shot from, I think it was the Mexico major, where Rin was doing like the Nook pose where he had his hair over his face?
I did see that.
It was
exciting.
so creepy. What is he playing with? Like, what has he got there?
Sometimes you just gotta fiddle.
Yeah, gotta fiddle.
There's time to wait, just gotta fiddle.
Sometimes you just gotta do it. I don't know what that big jar is next to Katsang, is it? In Rin's camera, you can see on the right-hand side. But I feel like if that was an Aussie team, that'd be a giant jar of Vegemite.
Sure. I still don't know what this is.
Is it the Korean equivalent of Vegemite?
That would be exciting. If you're someone in Korea and you're watching this, can you please tell us what your favorite like condiment is? You know,
yeah, what is that?
When you make a piece of toast, what do you put on your toast?
I don't know if toast is much of a thing in Korea.
Is it not much of a thing in Korea? I feel like toast is universal.
I don't know, maybe. Hey, I would not know. So I've never been to Korea. I would love to go to Korea one day, but I sadly have not. And I do not know what they put on their toast or if they even have toast. I also don't know what is in that box. Like, I don't know.
I feel like that's quite an exciting conversation starter, actually.
Really?
When you meet someone, what do you ask them?
What do you put on your toast?
When you make toast, what do you put on it?
I'm more of I'm a peanut butter kind of guy. I like peanut butter. I don't mind some like jam, like strawberry or...
That's my go-to, I think.
Yeah,
Strawberry jam. That's my go-to.
It's a treat, really.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't mind like Nutella as well. Like get that.
That's a very Australian thing as well, isn't it? Or is that not Australian?
I think it's actually Italian, isn't it?
Is it?
I think so. I don't know.
I feel like we're going to be absolutely slammed in the comments by people that are more cultured than us right now. Twitch chat, don't be too mean to us, okay? We don't know very much about our spreads.
All I know is it is delicious, all right?
It tastes like chocolate. It's great. Anyway, Damwon Kia now going down to Church and Arsenal. And like we saw, there is the Wamai being on board this time. Katsang actually still deciding to stick the Valkyrie for this particular hold. So this time, hatch is being closed, but more of a presence here on the site from Damwon Kia.
Yeah, I'm just wondering, like, clearly there's site presence, right? With the Wamai and with the Maestro. But what about this roam? Like, is it going to be there? Is Rin and Katsang, are those going to be the two players to roam around? We have, but I mean, potentially even just play for flanks.
Yep.
Even right now, like, you can see that 3 drones have been taken out from the Chiefs. Like, Damwon have just hunted them so well.
But this time we can see Yas hasn't closed the balcony going out into CC. That's what we saw last time he was playing Vigil to try and hold on to this top 4 for longer. So it would indicate that this roam isn't nearly as heavy. Maybe you're right. Maybe they are looking for flanks or something of the sort. Yas now loitering around in Logi as well, looking for any pre-placed drones. Ooh, I think he was spotted by a pre-placed drone, and that's Boydie chasing after him.
Yeah, Worthy droned him out, saw him on the rotation, now going to try and chase him, but no one there to catch Yas as of yet. Perhaps there's someone out the lobby door, but nope, no one able to get either of these two Damwon players who managed to run all the way back to the site.
Bouncer now starting to take control of Garage as well, putting down his first Claymore onto the ladder to prevent any flanks, as we were speaking about earlier. Now the roam clear has been done here for the Chiefs, as all the players have now fallen back onto the site into respective power positions. Rin and Yas holding on to Blue in conjunction with those ADSs and Wamais. Ethan now can start to get control of Bar and Kitchen, with Boydie falling behind him with that skeleton key.
Surely this is going to be a kitchen execute for the Chiefs. They're already putting themselves in the position to pressure kitchen. I love this 2-floor vertical angle from Boydie, making sure he's not vulnerable to any C4s while he plays in logistic upstairs. Ooh, Yas just copped a lot of damage and has now been almost taken down, not out. Rin finds Bouncin.
Rin able to support his teammates there and still looking for more, but Ethan swings in and will take him down instead. So Rin does find one, but is traded back, and Worthy actually does take down Yas. He could not be picked up in oil, so that is the man advantage going in the way of the Chiefs.
You can see the way that all of those Chiefs players just funneled so quickly to secure that kill, and as a result, they win the exchange.
Digital now starting to make open a second entryway into Dirt Tunnel instead, so plenty of options here for the Chiefs. Worthy as well, with lots of ex-Karas can now start getting this hatch open, but it could be tricked by Woogie Man, who looks like he's going for it. Oh no, but the holes weren't ready.
Oh, he got it!
Oh, he got it!
And that really does not leave much time at all. It didn't work. My God, this is a roller coaster of emotions, isn't it, man?
This really is now.
Chiefs now have such a big opportunity before them. They have man advantage. They have hatch open, but they will need to secure this plant. Ethan is the man of the hour, pushing up in Dirt Tunnel to clear these positions and ensure this plant goes down. Chiefs will have no second chances as Worthy has that diffuser. He's got to put it down with 4 seconds to go. Coded to flank the main stairs, but it ain't happening for Damwon Kia, and the Chiefs can find their first round of this map.
The Chiefs putting up some excellent teamwork there to make sure that Bouncin going down was with some success to them, finding some of those trades, punishing Rin for getting greedy and looking for that second pick and sticking around in blue, overstaying his welcome. So well played from the Chiefs, capitalizing on all the mistakes that Damwon Kia made on that light roam.
Attackers need to locate.
Ended up being a very expensive roam for Damwon. Now, Cache CCTV has opened up, and they will go and attempt to defend it, which they've already done so once before. This is the start of a long trek for the Chiefs, down from 0-3 on a defensive favored map and ban phase. The Chiefs on their attack try to string together 2, maybe 3 rounds on this half. If they can achieve that, if they can get that quota, 3 rounds, it would be huge. It would be setting the Chiefs up for a home run on their defensive side in the advantage, with an opportunity for the major should they be able to win Clubhouse. Chiefs already played Damwon Kia's map pick. It was Chalet, and Chiefs won it handily. Can they commit to Clubhouse here and march on forward. Eliminate Dom 1 and make it to the major.
That would be a very thrilling prospect here for the Chiefs, but they'll have to amount at least probably one more attack, in fact, to make that realistic or possible for them when they switch onto their defensive half. The Chiefs now having to attack CCTV and Cash Room. Again, the first point of contention will be that breach. Bouncing and Digital now hopping onto the platform, trying to see what kind of denial will be there, but of course, Rin sitting in blue, waiting.
Biding his time. Rin always tends to be in those opening engagements, for better or for worse, as does Bouncin here for the Chiefs. He's just waiting patiently. The Chiefs know that Rin loves to make plays. A flashbang goes out, doesn't find anything as of yet. A nade goes out too, as the Chiefs try to clear the bandit batteries off this main wall. Rin does get away with his life.
Bouncin now to follow and trying to play this same blue control so he can impact those bandit charges up. It'll come out any second, hopefully. Bouncin, please do this for me. He's not going to do it for me and completely ruin my point. Never mind.
There's a 1-my, mate.
There is a 1-my disc there. Okay, this is probably why he's not doing it. He's not being silly. Okay.
Oh,
he goes for it. Oh, there we go. Yes, he burns one first and then goes for it, just like you said. Okay, I looked very silly in that point. And Woogieman, of course, not able to get that trick off. No time for him to do that. So the Chiefs, that's step 1 done. But now you have to convert that.
It's a big burn, but still 5v5. Chiefs have not been able to secure a kill as of yet. Dom 1 have managed to waste a decent amount of time. The next point of interest we turn our attention to is Rafters. And Katsung, who is going to try his best to play in this position as the flashes go out. The nade is sure to follow, and Katsung jumps over, but it is far too late. Boydie finds 2 kills now, punishing Woogieman, and it is all blue in the kill feed. Coded now in a 1 versus 5. The Aussies and Kiwis on the Chiefs have, in about 20 seconds, done something truly amazing. A flawless round. And the Chiefs have met their quota for this half.
The Chiefs, last time they attacked this, they took so much time to try and get that wall open, get into Rafters, and eventually playing around with some trades there from Yes, but this time, not making the same mistake. This time, placing 3 plays outside blue, knowing, okay, this is the condition for us to get that wall open, is Bouncin being in blue with those impacts. So let's get him in early. Let's get that step done in the mid-round and give us plenty of time for the execute this time. So Chiefs, great adaptability once again is what we've seen from them so far in this series. They know how to correct their mistakes and convert them into round wins.
Exciting prospect for the Chiefs now. They were down 0-3. They took their tactical timeout, and since then have managed to string 2 rounds together in a row. That last one being flawless. Flawless. We've seen the Chiefs come into this map with an advantage before, though. They were up 6-2 yesterday against Sandbox Gaming, Damwon Kia's Korean comrades.
10 seconds.
And the Chiefs, following that, lost 5 rounds in a row. 6 rounds. Oh, no, 5 rounds. 5 rounds in a row. Don't do maths on live broadcast, kids. 5 rounds in a row the Chiefs lost to Sandbox from a 6-2 lead to finally come back and win out the series. Damwon are going to have to push so hard here.
But I've got to say, like you said, I think Damwon do actually have to push quite hard. 2 rounds in for the Chiefs with these bans, I feel like it's quite good. I feel like they'd be quite happy going into this defense with 2 rounds. And there we go, even happier now. Bouncing again in this opening engagement, but Woogieman to trade. So Chiefs, I don't think that they're too upset about that. That's only the Nook gone.
And Ethan, being one of the primary vocal players on this Chiefs roster, can now just sit back, watch the Chiefs, play a bit of a real-time strategy game.
Yeah.
Calling for his teammates, saying, okay, guys, watch this flank. You know, give me a drone here. You should push this. There's a player here. Use his game sense and leadership skills to help his team even after he dies.
Bouncing now once again getting control of the garage while Boydie starts to work through these floorboards. 2 floors he will have to work through to get some vertical onto the site. Now getting main stairs control for the Chiefs.
Oh.
Plenty of time now, 1 minute and 50 seconds left on the board. They've done some excellent hasty work here on Clubhouse.
Just noticed Yasta, who was the opening death, he hasn't found a kill since the rehearse. The last 3 rounds in a row, he's died with no pick. Very uncharacteristic of one of the best players that APAC has ever seen. The Chiefs are looking in strong form to get this round going as well. Yas does not have impact grenades. Sorry, Yas. Katsung does not have impact grenades. If this hatch is going to be denied, it's going to have to be Woogieman, and he is nowhere near close enough to get these X-Kairos off the wall.
And there we go, easy does it. The hatch is open and Worthy now has this control, can start looking through some lines of sight. The next point of contention will be bouncing there, just on the blue, on his lonesome with the Zofia. We'll see if he actually commits to this take, because like we said, there was a lot of utility placed on blue, but Katsang, you can't be doing that. And Rin as well to try and double down on this peak. Oh no, Damwon Kia.
There's info as well on site. Worthy enables Digital to push up through Dirt Tunnel. Chiefs are looking so good here, Mandy. They might be able to come away with the half. 3-3, despite being on that attacking side. No Thatcher, no Maverick, no worries for the Chiefs. Just 3 players of Damwon Kia to try and hold on as the Chiefs begin their deployment onto this bomb site. Digital, though, loses his fight. Is there going to be a trade? The Chiefs are falling apart. Watch them capitulate. It's a 2-on-2 now. Woogieman! He comes up huge with a 4K. Damwon Kia. Clutch victory from the jaws of defeat.
Wow, Woogieman there coming in with the ACS-12 to eventually find the kills on that kitchen hatch drop. That was the point of interest there for the Chiefs. They had to drop that hatch if they wanted to get the diffuser in the site, but Woogieman, he's just too good for them.
Stunning performance from him with that slug shotgun as well. No Alden needed. He stepped up hugely in that late round after Chiefs had such an advantage. 4-2 split for Damwon Kia. That is something that they can work with now on their attack. Despite that, Chiefs have got to be satisfied. 2 rounds of attack with no Thatcher and no Maverick is pretty damn competent.
Yeah, absolutely. I think if you're the Chiefs, you're not freaking out in the comms right now. You're going, okay, guys, we got the pass, 2 and 4. Let's just trust in these defense rounds and maintain our composure. The Chiefs now looking for a very extended roam through to the top floor, including the castle and the vigil, with plenty of reinforcements over here on the jacuzzi breach and probably the CCTV breach to follow as well. So Damwon Kia, they are faced with the challenge.
And then electing not to repick onto a sledge either, despite the presence of this castle. Sledge is just such an easy counter to castle. You can smack down those barricades so easily, and instead they're just not going for it.
And another thing as well is that Jackal has slipped through the ban phase too. So if they really wanted to go for this roam clear, they could have doubled down with the Jackal. So Damwon Kia, not entirely sure what this lineup is indicating for them, not sure what the philosophy is going into this round, but it doesn't seem like a huge roam clear is on the board for them.
At least there is that Dockerby. Can always help with some information. Where is this Flores drone from Yas going down? Where was that?
I think that will clear the castle barricade on the diagonal one into stage.
Oh, okay. I guess
maybe I'm going insane. I'm not going insane.
There you go. You're not going insane.
Yeah.
Sky agrees with you. And in fact, you can see a lot of these hatches are open up as well. So Chiefs are really relying on this roam. And as a result, I don't think Damwon can ignore it. They have to find out these players.
Coded now starting to get something open, maybe trying to get a line of sight onto CC, and there we go, that is opened, but unfortunately a little bit cut off by that mute jammer. So Damwon Kia, they will have to try and recompose here, figure out exactly what they want to do with these roamers. Are they going to cut them off, or are they going to try and clear them? Rin now getting control of the rafters might indicate that they are looking for this entry.
Oh, the angle!
Uh-oh.
Rin desperately watching it, but doesn't land the shot onto Ethan. Now the question is, Damwon, what are you going to do from here on out? There are 3 roamers from the Chiefs, and you haven't managed to take down any of them. Half the round has elapsed. That logic bomb detonates, calling the phones of the defenders. Digital wants to rotate back to site. This would be huge if he can do it, and both Digital and Ethan escape back to the bomb site.
And Bouncin with that Vigil can remain elusive here on this ground floor. He can claim control of the strip side and look for late flank if he wishes, unless he's cut off here in bathroom. Oh, Bouncin.
Uh-oh. No. Gets down, but not out yet. Not sure if Damwon are aware. They're going to continue to waste time droning out this Vigil. Yas still doesn't have the information, and Damwon Kia are letting this slip away. The round continues to tick, and it is still a 5v5. Damwon have no clue.
Yes, now just Yes? Okay, here we go.
All right.
Bit of an awkward moment there, but only 30 seconds left, and like you said, there's just not enough time. Back Arsenal control is still there for the Chiefs, so Kitchen Hatch drop, very dangerous for Damwon Kia. They have to amount for something else.
Absolutely no question. This needs to be an eruption of kills from Damwon Kia, as Worthy can easily equalize that man count. There is simply no time left in this round for Damwon. They have to go massive. Worthy falls, but it might not matter. A flashbang is perfect. Boydie blinded, but not for long. Can he find the penalty kill? The TK! It's all on Digital. In a 1v2, Yas has to plant this diffuser. Woogie Man to try and cover. Digital has no C4! And Woogie Man! He is the Boogeyman! What a round from Damwon!
I cannot believe that they ended up winning that round, converting that into a round win even. That roam clear took so much time. But the Chiefs, they weren't in the right anchor spots for that. They thought that they were going to flood Kitchen straight away. They didn't turn enough attention to blue. Damwon Kia eventually realizing, oh, okay, there aren't too many anchors over here. Let's just waddle on in and try and take as much control as we can, preparing our diffuser to drop through that kitchen hatch with a bunch of flashbangs. So the Chiefs, they had the right idea with that roam, wasting so much time, but when it came to the anchor, not keyed into the correct push.
And it feels like a recurring pattern of this map is that the Chiefs find themselves 1 or 2 kills or some kind of early advantage, and Damwon Kia pulls the rabbit out of the hat despite everything that the Chiefs had achieved in the early round. Damwon have this magic about them, something special, something that means you can never truly cast doubt over their chances of winning a round.
Well, if you want to mention anything special, this is Bar Games. Bar Stage now for the Chiefs as well. Bomb site that we don't see too often, but has come into fashion this stage.
Chiefs not afraid of trying something a little bit new. For a long time, Clubhouse was one of Chiefs' best maps, if not their best map ever. And then they went on a massive losing streak. And they learned a hell of a lot when they played this map at the Sweden Major against teams like FaZe Clan and Rogue. Am I getting that confused, or was that Bank? Let me have a quick fact check moment. No, I was right. FaZe Clan, Rogue, and Oxygen. Great experience on Clubhouse did the Chiefs have at the Sweden Major, and since then they have revamped a lot of their strategies. Of course, this very modern bar and stage bomb site they have now picked up. It's on Damwon. If they win this round, that's match point.
So the way I see it, there are kind of 2 ways of trying to clear this bomb site, right? You can either fully roam clear the top floor to try and make sure there are no defenders there, or you can go for a very linear take just through the stock side of the map, try and open up that breach, and just make sure the defenders can't take the vertical in construction, right? So Damwon Kia, they have a few options here. They did bring along the Nook, so it would indicate they might be going for a sneaky play, but most of their players are posted outside of this CCTV side of the map.
Looks like Damwon are indeed going for that stock push. They'll need to breach the wall from stock onto that bomb site, and they'll need to make sure that Worthy is not allowed to play upstairs in con. He takes a bit of damage. It's Rin feeling that pressure now. Bounce and loses his life. Surely not. Worthy, don't overextend here. Rin might be low. And now, what a good shot there. Worthy can get Katsung. But elsewhere, Woogieman will also get the better of Boydie. So Damwon here, close to match point, have the advantage in this round.
Damwon Kia can now start working on the next part of this push, and that is to make sure that there is no plays in con. And there we go, that's the exothermic charge placed on the sole con breach. So defenders will have a much harder time rotating over to that hatch and trying to deny that plant. Now 1 minute left to go, and Damwon Kia, they need to start getting in towards stock, getting that wall open so that they can have some redundancy for these yokai drones. If they leave it too late, they won't be able to get that plant reattempt down.
It's true, there's always clutch ability. As long as Digital is alive in this round, there is clutch ability for the Chiefs. Damwon, the longer they wait, the more dangerous it gets. Worthy still a loose cannon upstairs. And still no breach on this main stock wall. About to change thanks to Coded, but time is ticking away.
Time is certainly ticking away, and only 22 seconds left to go. But a beautiful pick from Woogieman does open up this execute, but Digital, he is still alive.
It may come down to the yokai drones. Coded tries to get this plant. Digital
is.
signals that he has a yokai. A second one comes out. They have to go for kills. DK! They can't let this round go down like this. Digital clutches it, and the timer hits 0.
Really well played from Digital there to keep his life, not fall victim to Yas, who was loitering around in the basement looking for the Echo player, but could find nothing. Digital, in the perfect hiding spot there inside of Strip Club, was able to deny that plan and essentially just win back the round for the Chiefs. What seems like an almost unwinnable round with this man disadvantage, but alas, the Chiefs pull back.
Dig diff. That's all we got to say about that one. A great boon for the Chiefs, a huge boost of confidence. Had they lost that round, which by all rights they probably should have if not for the yokai drones, the Damwon Kia would be match point 6-2 up, which is funnily enough the position Chiefs found themselves in against Soundbox yesterday. Now Chiefs have been given another chance to push forward. To get this done in regulation, they will need to win 4 more rounds in a row.
The Chiefs, it is critical that they start winning out these defenses, right? Damwon Kia, they showed us pretty good defense stuff. 4-2, that's nothing to laugh at. That's pretty good. That's exactly what you want if you're playing defensive Clubhouse, especially with so many walls staying closed for such a long time. So the Chiefs, they will have to replicate that if they want to continue on in this match, now still down 2 rounds. They will go to gym and bedroom to try and complete the tour throughout the map. Ethan, he will be drone hunting on the other side of the map, trying to hunt down, trying to indicate where this push might be coming from as Damwon Kia start to go towards the building.
Gym and bedroom defense for Chiefs. We haven't seen them do it just yet. We haven't seen them play this bomb site in this map so far. Damwon Kia, after missing that opportunity last round, you need to secure another attack, find that match point, push onto map 3. The Chiefs took their map pick, now they have to return the favor.
Coded now starting to work on the CCTV breach while the rest of the Damwon Kia post around this defensive site, trying to look through a pick through the windows. Rin also has gotten on this very far rappel as well to look inside con to try and catch out any rotating roamers through the construction. Actually is on the roof now, still looking through this same line of sight. So Damwon Kia, they're playing it very carefully, trying to capitalize on any mistakes that the Chiefs might be making. Coded now will also be trying to get open this jacuzzi wall, but maybe they're looking to trick it and he can't figure it out yet. Okay, there we go. Now the wall gets open, nice and easy.
Support from the window as well to take down that mute jammer, and immediately a drone goes downstairs to check for C4s. Katsung has that down below to make sure that there's no vertical denial in the late round. DK are pretty well set up for this. They've achieved a lot of the basic tick boxes, and now they've found a pick along with it. That is huge. Yes, patience proves to be a virtue. He finds the first kill of the round. It's Ethan in logistic. How long before Damwon Kia have an opportunity to push forward and make an execute?
Damwon Kia capitalizing on the misrotation there from Ethan into logistics and able to find the first pick of the round. So their plan in the early game working out for them quite well. And the intel will allow Yas to find the second grenade through the floor. Woody taking so much damage, but is still not out.
The second one does get the injure. He's not out yet, and Digital's immediately gonna run over. Bouncin has the information that there's a player down below. What? I'm sorry? Excuse me? Was that a hip fire?
That was a bit scary.
That was illegal. I'm telling you right now. Bouncin, please. I don't know what you're doing now, but Damwon have no choice but to flood the site. Worthy and Digital are here to hold it, but Rin can take down. Boydie Diffuser is on the floor, and now it's just Rin remaining for Damwon Kia in a 1v3, and the Chiefs are starting to make this comeback dream a comeback reality. 3 players for Rin to find, and absolutely no time to do it. The Chiefs take a bow. What a performance in the round to bring it back. And they're starting this comeback train.
Chiefs now getting back into this game, bringing the scoreline back to 4-5. So just one more round to equalize here with Damwon Kia. This is thrilling. What an exciting match.
It's certainly turning up the heat. Intensity starting to boil to the surface now. The Chiefs 1 round behind Damwon Kia. Distance
Attackers
is
need to
closing
locate
between
and
these
defuse
two
bomb.
teams. The Chiefs now have to go try another bomb site. Bar Stage and Gym Bedroom are locked. Church and Arsenal was a bit of a disaster in the first round, so they go to Cash and CCTV to push to overtime, to continue this momentum, to ride out a third round streak.
The Chiefs now going to CCTV, like you said, and also choosing to bring the Bandit on the board. When we saw Woogieman playing the Bandit, it wasn't so successful this trick, so we'll have to see if Digital plays that micro minigame a little better for the Chiefs. Still again, with the Rafters controlled plenty of ADSs, and Bouncin actually taking that 1.5x on the Wamai. To play in those Rafters will be very difficult to clear. Damwon Kia, how will they deal with this minigame? When we saw Chiefs do it, they sent Bouncin and Below into blue. They knew that was the condition to get the wall open. But Damwon Kia, can they replicate that success?
Chiefs were so good at it, weren't they?
They were.
See if Damwon have a similar interpretation or something completely different. A lot of nades on the board. Looks like might be potentially early control of the master side of the map. We in fact have our Thermite coded. Repelling here on Jacuzzi. Is he just getting out of spawn and trying to find a safe way to get to the bomb site? Damwon haven't really, as of yet, demonstrated that their intention is to go for a main CCTV wall breach. Could this be an uncharacteristic push onto the construction and master side of the map?
Well, I think that's completely fair enough, right? Out of the two breaches, with Thatcher banned out, of course, this conside breach is actually much easier to get because the top of that reinforcement is breachable. It's soft, so you can throw grenades and flashbangs through, right? So out of the two breaches, this is the easier one to do. So fair enough, well read from Damwon Kia, and a different approach that we saw from the Chiefs, who are very insistent on doing a garage take. Marin now placing down one of his claymores on the main stairs. It is so strange that there's two claymores now. But anyway, now can start to get control of Con, and Yas actually finding the first pick all the way through the CCTV window.
Big pick on a Bouncin. Is that the Rafters player gone as well?
That is.
Flashes now onto Digital. Worthy can get a really nice punch hole kill onto Yas. Digital, he's gonna pull it off! What is the timing there?
Wow.
Everything he wanted, he got there. He took it, and he asked absolutely no questions. A huge advantage now for Digital.
He's got to do it again, though.
And he landed a second time. He does not. He falls back. But that means there's no more exothermics available for DK.
The only thing that can get this con wall open now for this push will be the Hibana charges, but with 1 minute to go, that will be quite challenging. So Digital playing that micro battle perfectly, to perfection. Amazing from the Chiefs so far, but only 43 seconds left to go. This wall is now being opened, so Digital in a very precarious position.
Very nice C4 up through the floor onto Katsung. And now Digital is really feeling this pressure close to the breach. He wants to make a play. Digital on the side, but Ethan with control below. It's Digital for another one. The Chiefs have made this comeback work. That's a 5-5 scoreline.
The Chiefs finally equalizing with Damwon Kia. This is what we expected when they came onto their defensive half. This is exactly what they needed to keep themselves in this map, and this is their map pick. The Chiefs showing us exactly why they banned out that Maverick. That wall was a real challenge for Coded to get open. Digital, oh wow, I just can't believe we don't normally see a bandit trick like that, right? Especially
This
that
day and
late
age,
into the round.
A bandit juggle?
Oh.
In 2022?
Well, to my point, I think when attackers do a con push, it's very easy to get tunnel visions onto the other side of the map, right? At that point, you go, all right, I'm just going to put my two bandit charges on the CC2 wall, and I'm going to leave and go play some other position that might help the push a little bit later on. But Digital knows, okay, even though they are coming from con side, getting that breach open is still quite critical to the push because it means that it flushes out any defenders inside server, which is exactly where Digital was playing until he had to move out, right? So Digital knows, all right, I'm just going to stick around for a little bit longer so I don't give this away for free. And to his credit, that worked out perfectly for them.
Certainly did. And Chiefs have really put the pedal to the metal, decided to put their boot on Damwon's neck. 2 rounds away from knocking out the final Korean team here in the APAC playoffs, and of course, claiming that well-coveted APAC slot at the 6 major. The only one still up for grabs at the 6 major. Charlotte is going to one of these teams. Chiefs have made quite the comeback here on Clubhouse, and after taking Dam 1 on their own map pick to Chalet just earlier, that means that Chiefs are just 2 rounds away.
Chiefs now going down to Church and Arsenal, also looking for a little bit of a loose roam here with the Valkyrie, just like what Damwon Kia brought out on their defensive half as well. Ethan actually leading into the Capcan. Maybe going for the idea that Damwon Kia will leave it too late and they won't think about the EDDs coming in onto the side. That could be quite exciting for the Chiefs.
And that's exactly what has happened a couple of times, hasn't it? The very first round of Damwon's attack was an attack onto Church and Arsenal, this very bomb site. Took them a very long time to roam clear, and eventually once they did, they executed onto site. A very sketchy 5v4, made it work. With those EDDs on the site, it'll be much more difficult to make it happen.
Damwon Kia will now have to start mounting their attack onto Clubhouse. Woogieman actually electing to take the Fuse, something we haven't spoken about yet. But Fuse, he does have the hard breach charge as well. So hatches can be open. Something that we've seen quite a lot from these APAC teams is actually they go and put down a Fuse charge on the floor of kitchen, and then they open the hatch with the hard breach charge. And that means that no defenders can be there to play the impact trick, right? That means they know that they can get this hatch open for free. So I always like seeing Fuse on this particular site. I want to see Woogieman replicate that.
I hope so. Another cool thing is, people forget, but Fuse got a buff where he can actually place his cluster charges on reinforced walls and hatches as well. So he can just place that straight up on the kitchen hatch. As long as there's no electrification or mute jamming, you get that for free. Now, Dam 1, speaking of things that they've gotten for free, map control, all in their favor. No contest from the Chiefs.
Rin now can use that IQ scanner to take out... Oh, that is big value from that IQ scanner, and finding the Valkyrie Black Eye inside of kitchen as well. So they will know that the Chiefs are looking for C4s inside of kitchen, both in the hands of Ethan and in Worthy and in Digital as well. So 3 C4s. Worthy's actually already got his prepped for the whole way here. So Damwon Kia, if they want this kitchen control, they'll have to be careful.
This is a really good idea from Rin to play that IQ, find out all this utility. But yeah, absolutely big question looms for Chiefs. What damage will these C4s do? Match point to whoever team wins this round. For Damwon Kia, that would mean trying to push to map 3. For Chiefs, that would mean an opportunity at the major.
And here we go. Kat saying now inside of kitchen is playing with fire, really. Like right in the middle of kitchen. Ethan is directly below him with a C4. Will he throw it and pop it? No, not quite yet. Ethan's still looking through these holes, trying to look for a pick. And he gets away with his life. Woogieman will now start to place down those fuse charges, going off. And there we go. The C4s amount to absolutely no value for the Chiefs.
But there just isn't any time left. And Worthy and Digital still have C4s for plant denial. That leaves no choice for Dam 1, but to go big, to go massive. Worthy throws away his C4 and his life. But now Ethan and Boydie step up to the task. Could it be match point for the Chiefs? It looks like it's gonna be Coded. Has to plant the diffuser, but it's not gonna happen. The comeback dream is real. The Chiefs have match points and are 1 round away from the 6 major.
The Chiefs finding their footing in the late game, stalling out so much time. Damwon Kia, they were so afraid of getting into kitchen that eventually came to their demise. Even though the C4s didn't find any value for the Chiefs, they found their value in time. Eventually, Ethan was able to sit behind that big box completely for free, finding 2 kills on that hatch. That is perfectly played from the Chiefs to eventually win it out. And wow, not just match point, but series point, major point for the Chiefs. This is everything.
Could you imagine that the Chiefs, after starting in the upper bracket, being knocked down by Talon, a Korean team, would then go on a tear through every other Korean team in the playoffs? A close 3-map affair against Sandbox last night, and now today against Damwon Kia, the most feared team in the APAC region, who were but 1 kill away from being the first APAC team in a major grand final in Sweden just 6 months ago. And now Chiefs up at 1 round from stealing that spot away from Damwon Kia, giving Oceania a team to cheer for at the 6 major Charlotte. and ensuring the nail in the coffin for hopes of Korea.
Absolutely incredible here, what we are witnessing. Damwon Kia, this would be heartbreak for them if they lose this round. They have to win. This is mission critical for them to stay in this series. Now they have to amount their attack onto gym and bedroom. This is a tertiary site. So if there's any site that you want to win, this is Damwon Kia's chance. This is one of Chiefs' less comfortable sites. So here you go. Damwon Kia, what do you have to show for us to stay in this series?
This is when you cannot let the pressure get to you. We've seen comebacks before. The Chiefs are putting their name on that list here against Damwon Kia. It's been 4 rounds in a row. Can it be 5 to lock in their spot at the 6 major? The exothermic to detonate, and Damwon do now have an open hole in this CCTV wall. Bouncing so eager to peek this, but he has to stay reserved. He has to make the right call, whether that is to play aggressive or to play passive. No one knows but him.
So Damwon Kia not looking for a roam clear this time. They've simply opened up the breach on the left side from their perspective. Means they have a line of sight onto that CCTV window, which is a very important point to hold because otherwise they can't play on that south balcony. They might have a defender peek them, right? So that breach there, that's perceived pressure on the defenders. They don't want to go onto that window just because that is there. So excellent first step from Damwon Kia. The next step now is here, jacuzzi breach, getting into bathroom, trying to figure out what your plan is going to be. And here we go. This is Yas going in for the entry.
Absolute desperation from Damwon, and they will go deep into the bottom side, but there's a C4 from Digital ready and waiting. Now an advantage for the Chiefs. This could be their shot, their hope, and their dream becoming a reality. The 6 major is not far away if you're one of the guys wearing a blue jersey right now. 50 seconds, and the Chiefs are gonna do it! Despite everything that Korea and Damwon have achieved, it is Oceania all the way to the USA for the 6 major.
The Chiefs, they must be feeling absolutely ecstatic right now. The smiles on their faces, a big woo from Digital there in the top right of your player cameras as well. He is absolutely killing it. He is having a big air fist pump as well. Oh wow, the Chiefs, I am so proud of them. This is an incredible opportunity that they have just grabbed.
After back-to-back national wins in 2021 and their debut at the 6 major in Sweden, changing their roster, 2/5 of the players on their team, a new coach, and redemption after a turbulent stage. They have taken down the most feared team in the APAC region.